the people that the Tajaka was some Tashi the 300 beginning Yago, showing that also. The tongue that the Lama Chopa so young and quite a drink about your age. The long coming back at the Kata Jichi me by your three up by Yore. It's a sort of a year to anything, a wound to the injury he came down to. Oh, take each more Yore. Oh, there was a dream back at Kadu dinner was all wrong or Laris of demons or can't get you on wrong music. That was a contact that of the part was so long, beautiful also. The little pendant. The last of your married, you na young, who to see by the wood, Tahandu, each is of a debache on the daily wood, rogo, Tang by the Ritata, Sajeg Yundishi gore, Sajeg Yundishi, Sajeg Kosovo, the Hako, Saji Yundi Gare, that's Saji, Saji Yundi Summer, Saji, simply Tamchela, the march of Patavati. They show it run Pogatavari, Sajit of the Amatavare. Marcus so what the Tabla, Sajit Rome by Chingy or ace. Mona Kari, chilling up something that don't even want to take Kari. They really started to lodge trouble. The Lord of the Sabbath Roman, Ragulate, Tago, your so less agility. The Ragulate, Tago, your the Tapala, young person, so it's a Yamiche over there. There are Tahate Palatini, Saji Yuntishi, Dubate Palang Dongere Torno, Rajin Dongere Torno, Yichite Palatri, say something. Nang Sajita Santo Assembly, so taking Boyore, they took the sheet on the three, she will not be cheated dirtily, Tamateba, Saji Yonteji, Yichite Batele, Sajil saw the doctor battery, the battery, Rajin Hova, Tordoba, Rajinica Tordoba, the Bate, Kache, the Cherry. The old trees about the Casacala Yogore, Larry Original, our tree Saji Tuba for Sidi, the Theatre, something Chipu, something Cassi chapter la theatre with a pay or a Tito Nada Shirley, who to the Becky Chibore, Bella. Like a damn Jamnay, Nipani, or Chipa, Dropa, Dupsindi, Rapayote, Ragged Tepachi, the same thing. Taran, the sheriff children rotary, they part of Tanan children royally. Tanan children with Rita, Sajay of the trains of Yore. They carry to so they take you boy, you pay definitely say Sanjay, Nang Sanjay, oh, Jilly, the state was a piece of the Sanjay, the logic of the tree, Charlotte the jump or shape by the race, was just dropped with the other teachable, your head. Outrange, it is a church. Don't such a same trees. Lapsan Nakaka Ramji, you already just so Shavanani.
Okay. So, Tashidelek to everyone who is here listening to these teachings, and also to those who are participating online. So in the Guru Yoga practice, we visualize the field of accumulation or field of merit, and in this we visualize all the Lama with the retinues, and they fill up the whole space. And this presence of the Lama and all the other enlightened beings together is always present. Like I explained yesterday the 5 factors of the Sambhogakaya. So in the nature of these 5, they are always present uninterruptedly. So therefore, if we always remember that, if we always think of that, then with the power of our faith or devotion, they can gradually become visible or tangible to us. For example, in the 37 Bodhisattva practice, in the first verse, it says, although all phenomena neither go nor come. So in reality, there is no rising, no ceasing, no coming, no going. From that point of view, when we think, then the deities that we visualize, they neither come nor go. They are uninterruptedly present. So it takes our faith and our and at all times, as they exist like that, they are known as the will of continuity, which means that without increasing and decreasing. So now, in order to connect with that ourselves, we have to rely on the 3 types of trust or faith, which we call the clear faith, longing faith, and the trusting faith. So firstly, the clear faith is that the Buddhas are endowed with limitless qualities, and they have compassion for all sentient beings, which we call the non-conceptual or unobjectified compassion. So that is also known as great compassion, Mahakaruna. So as it is like that, first of all, we need to develop this sense of purity, sense of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, what we try to invite, being naturally endowed with all these great enlightened qualities. So that is the clear faith. We are like children of the Buddhas. The Buddhas are like our mother. So the mother has infinite love, profound love for the children. So therefore, when we supplicate with devotion to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, then it doesn't take much to connect with the Buddhas. So what is preventing us from connecting with the presence of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas is the lack of faith, lack of prayer, supplication, the will. Okay? So the karmas that we have, they are temporary. They are like the dirt on our clothes. When our clothes become dirty, our defilements are like that dirt. But to purify that, we need to develop this faith in the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, the Guru, and so on, and make supplication. So a lot of people say that if sentient beings are, people doubt rather, if sentient beings are inherently pure, then why aren't they Buddhas already? Why aren't they pure? So the example is just now, as Rinpoche said, a cloth which is dirty, and that dirt is temporary, and it is removable. It can be purified, and that's why we need to practice devotion and supplicate. Then in the prayer itself, there is this word light streaming from the three syllables at the three places invites the wisdom beings in identical forms. So that light actually is an example, it's an analogy of faith, the three types of faith. So when we have the three types of faith, then that faith works like a light. And when this light shines, then the already present Buddhas and Bodhisattvas can become visible, can become, clear in our visualization. So this word, light streaming, okay, that is a very important point, okay, in not only in this practice but also in all other practices, for the visualization to be clear, to be vivid. The rays of light is necessary, and the rays of light means the three types of faith, like the clear, longing, and trusting faith. In other practices, idam practices, in the practices with mantra recitation and so on, in all of that, this is relevant. So when this faith is combined with wisdom, okay, and then that becomes like the means for purifying our defilements. And when our defilements are purified in this way, then we can realize how ourselves and all sentient beings are identical at the base as Buddhas. And then the trusting faith means all beings are endowed with Buddha nature. So therefore, at that level, all beings are equal. Okay? So temporarily, we are different, but fundamentally, there is no difference. So therefore, that is, in that, we have to have trust. So that is the trusting faith. And therefore, we should have the, aspiration or the longing, okay, to liberate all sentient beings from this temporary difference or defilements.
Dira o chunezere rangri ji changcho so dira jetang gom de bana jirang ga te sarta na te na ji songo yore de dira tongji yo sare tata kondi de Lama Chopa na peda nya tawel lama tang rag tawel lama ta che ye mi ba re Lama Chopa kare to na di Lama de rang tawel lama ta ye mi ba re tong ko ko yore jawa ta ji shilo de che de ko gu san na pe na rang na de mle de ko tong e de ba ji wa song chu be rang ta wan de ba yo de tong e de rang mo je se ba mle rang se lo lama de 약 체파리 요래 강례들이 속들이 완전히 라마들까지 양당도 통네 대지는 박차용 거래 말 아니다들나 라마만 본지 아요래데 라미가 좋아하는 것들 고고 라미 차요 거래 동바 라미 샤서 거래 대로 라마가 셔요래 대로 라마 짜라마 하자 대파지우나 Lama Chopa tea, Nangi Gunandi, Lama Ting was not the joy in Betri, yet I'm the Koja thought of the Lama de Koya Jacket Sutter, Pepso, or some Goya Sari, they're knocking them notary, she by Radi, she changed on your Jetasu, Lama gave a mirror, toying Takana, the Kamana, just one of the day. So, most of the people you read, the part was over my head, your marriage. The tape Magadashina. The head of the Tritumulate, the Chipartes, your sorry, that's also the table of tape at it, my invadura. They Muslim people on the so the Chico, your sorry, Raging Rogers.
So then, in the same line, there is. It says, wisdom beings in identical forms. Okay. So identical forms usually in the explanations, it is said that we have to visualize the Lama as we see in the field of merit. Okay, so that is the usual explanation. But in my own experience, you can visualize your root guru, whoever is your root guru, you can visualize your root guru and that is the guru that you are inviting. Okay, so in reality, there is no real distinction between all the lamas, as it is said that all Buddhas are identical in the expanse of wisdom. Okay, so therefore there is no real difference in reality, but temporarily, when we are practitioner, it is important to see your guru again and again, and hear your guru again and again. So when you see the guru again and again, hear his or her teachings again and again, this can strengthen your faith or devotion to the guru. So when the power of your devotion is strong enough in this way, then because of the power of that devotion, when you visualize or think of that guru, the guru appears very vividly, very clearly. This is my own experience with Garchen Rinpoche. Every time I think of him, his presence becomes vividly clear. So, like I said before, as far as the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, or whatever we visualize are concerned, they are free from coming and going, increasing and decreasing. That means they are always available. What we need is the power of faith or devotion. Okay, so therefore, in this practice, when you say beings identical, invite wisdom beings in identical forms, you can visualize your root guru in whom you have devotion, and visualize all other Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in the form of your root guru.
사지가 또 사족도 또 나만 망고 요래 들이 사지를 또 배려 봐야라서 봐 강요고 가는 거 하고 기본 때문에 기본 남아 이렇게 뭐 또는 배야고도 아주 땅다 내 먹어도 그것도 뒤는 있고 솔직히 그 일을 강리에서 잠만 챙겨 요래지 내 강리 습득식 좀 보다 내가 요래 라기 쏘다 봐도 챙겨 요래지 쏘아 가다 나게 두 요래지 대문은 대송에 사지용대 대다 나도 가져 다도 속지 세비군이 다다 감내도 다다 완전 소리나 세이지 그럼 지인들이 나는 소 왔다보다 고요 이렇게 작가이들 고요서는 대저를 대 고리마 되게 또 되게들이 고리 되게 대를 신배 이식은 진소지这统计个嘛就不大不个，但是平常的大的总上，这边城里的地方多少都统计，不是这个咱们的地里，那个土里他都参加过嘛，古出个都会有的，要不能这个的，让个上周成了，慢点呢，这让上这些我是谁人抢过的这些，让上街都会有上的里，新北一系的这边统计的这边城里要不能这这些的。디제들랑 제시요 데르데르데르랑 요티 대바당 아고베데 사디가 똑죠 사족도 똑죠 또 뭔가도 이 가리만 기본함이들이 주로는 말 내용도 나오지
And then in the next line we have victorious Lord Chopa endowed with the 10 powers. So the Buddhas have 10 powers, 4 fearlessness, and so forth. These are qualities of the Dharmakaya Buddha. And there are elaborate description of these powers. So the Khenpos here can explain them probably in more detail. From my point of view, these 10 powers have a connection with the Buddha nature. The Buddha nature is connected with the 10 powers, or the 10 powers are connected with the Buddha nature. So, essentially, the power of this nature is that when we supplicate, when we pray with one-pointedness, then the Buddhas can understand our prayer or hear our prayer. Because of that, the Buddhas are referred to as the omniscient one, the all-knowingness. So the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, they have the power of knowing and the power of loving kindness, the power of activities, and so on. So because of that, when we supplicate, when we pray from our heart to the Buddhas and invoke these powers, then it is possible, because of the power of Buddha's knowledge, wisdom, activity, and so on, we can achieve what we aspire in the meantime and also ultimately. So in a nutshell, when we cultivate bodhicitta and pray out of that to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, then these powers of the Buddha, power of knowledge, compassion, and so forth, they can actually be connected or be available to us.
말아니 그저들이 또때 소소라다 너들이 사지를 소와 땀나 필요 가래 사지 또 가래도 살모던 거지. 대리 저도 잠도 못하는데 저도 너도 뒤는 잠못 줘서라. 레제 또는 요서 다 세계 레니 막 같이 싸야오나 이 당디게 싸요에 디상 촉집질 당디 미로 레제도 되겠다 그러지. 유문 또는 건도 줘봐 되게 레사지 다 거를 가려 유문 방비 봐도 파시 쪽라티네 이나 더버고로 토사라들이 이번 바토데 다고 니몽도나 용서 다디 게 레제토노 요스 다디 니몽도나 거데 요바르티 뒤제 돈도 돈미랍지 게 이제 감 체제시 차 체주데 뒤데 오 체제지 맞다고 돈을 받아 줄라키라 오다 뒤제 거가네 탈이오래 이제 거기 정말 자모도 똑대 있다고 고쳐서 왔다면 내 고쳐 똑대로 소소시 냠니지 바가비 되게 작게요 장주는 되게 또 미라지 자모도 또 저까지서 자모도 때 소소를 지금 밑에라 조람상 보여래 이제 와처럼 볼 내가 토리게 되와 톱 타투사지 고마 톱도서 적세부 똑대 집을 때네 대도를 해서지 라고 냠니지 바가고 내가 똑대로 요거요지.
So, if I talk from my own personal experience, the word power means, as we read in the Samantabhadra prayer, doing prayers like Samantabhadra is very beneficial. So in that prayer, we read about different powers. Okay, for example, it's the power of karma. Okay, so the power of karma is something that we have to reduce and eliminate, because the power of karma is created by our fixation on the self. And then there is the power of afflictions. The power of afflictions can be eliminated through the practice of the 6 perfections and the practice of the 7 limbs. And then there is the power of Mara. The power of Mara refers to our clinging for only this life. And that power can be eliminated through the practice of impermanence. If we practice impermanence, this third Mara can be overcome. So in this way, we should, when we practice with love and compassion for all things with Bodhicitta, and deal with these 3 types of maras with their respective antidotes, ultimately, as a result of that, we can attain joy in the meantime and awakening or enlightenment in the end. So that is the power of Bodhicitta. And this understanding of the power is from my personal experience as a practitioner.
Lama 상계를 고대 상계의 톱 상계 상계의 사적집을 고대 이 사적집의 톱대 가래요 들들이 다 설하고는 sommer 따버리 잘로 보좀 돼 봐서 그리고 뭐니 저는 그 코알을 못하고 땅이로 다 가연도만 안 지들이 다들은 나이 안 지들이 네 새끼가 또토를 때 또지요 말 거기는 말로 떨어지요 말이지 또지 매자 때까지 저러다 또 기적 뭐지 저러다 나이도만 나나나나나 때 마음속에 운절로 버터도 레코도 대 또지 다 가려야 라면서 사적 체제로 다지기며 차도록 다다디 요비시고 다들랑 이게 매바 차로 되면 더블을 그 진토자 탑제게 더블을 상강도 떨고 다 떨어져요 그래서 다디 떨어고요 다다른 내일이네 나인도마 데레티를 놓아로 참네 나인도마는 마세가 받다 납신 참고요 그래 얘는 주사 속생 문이 사바 재미도 집을 가니 다디 자는 비도 오 철랑 지금 나가다게 차도 다 또 지치지 따버리 잘못 좀 되고 좀 나트사 족세고 또지 라면 톡사 족세인데 라마사 족세로 써는데 돈 담는 거리 다 되다 사지가 또 때려고 되려 항상 해 때문에 냠용들이 때는 담이 때다 하고로 중국의 사족세 사바체비들 다용이들 매도 다 매가 차게 세든 나가나미라미 차들이 또 그게 나이도 나랑살 레고요래 만진지 오치에서 이 초라 그거는 냠용들이 때려고 딱 했다가 양대 기본 나머지가 되는데 그 요담에 돼 말하게 돼 냠용라고 그래 이렇게 똑 참아도 들고 따버리 저서 보죠 되고 소들이
Okay. So the Lama that we practice is actually a Buddha, and the Buddha is arisen from Bodhicitta, and Bodhicitta is the ultimate power. As we read in the seven limb prayer from the Golden Temple, there is a line which reads, the Lama, the speech of the Lama, which can destroy the mighty mountain of all views. Okay, so what does it mean by the mighty mountain of views? It is referring to our fixation on the self, our fixation, our self-centeredness, our clinging to I and mine. That is enormous. That is the view that must be conquered, that must be defeated. And to do that, we need the ultimate power, and that power is Bodhicitta. In reality, this fixation, the self as we fixate does not exist. It is illusory. So therefore, in reality, there is no view to destroy, no real existent view. It is just a delusion. And this delusion can be overcome through the power of Bodhicitta. So, how does it work? When we practice Bodhicitta, then in our mind there is no division between self and other. The self and other, this division is no more there. So therefore, that becomes the antidote to ego clinging or self clinging. Other than the power of Bodhicitta, there is no means or no other means to destroy this view. Okay? So, if we use the atomic bombs, we can destroy the whole world. But even that bomb cannot destroy this wrong view. Okay? So therefore, Bodhicitta is even more powerful because it can destroy all the wrong views. So when we practice infinite or immeasurable loving kindness and compassion for all beings, that can lead us to freedom from fixation on the self. And when we become free from fixation on the self, our mind becomes limitless. It becomes equal to space, very vast, very spacious, very accommodating. Okay, so therefore, Therefore, through this power, we can realize the ultimate truth, from the point of view of which there is all these views are non-existent. Okay, so when we have experience of this, then nothing can really, no fear, nothing can really surprise us. When we are not able to practice like that, when we are ordinary, then our sense of self function like a demon. So therefore, in the scriptures, it is written, fixation on the self is the greatest demon. So, as a practitioner, when you practice bodhicitta, loving kindness, and so on, you can actually experience the power of it. So therefore, of all the powers that are taught, bodhicitta is the ultimate power.
다 조금 자스 참아 라마 차나데 걸로 뭐예요. 나가까지 자스 창지 레벨까지 거스 창거리데 훈무 담자서 그저라서 그 사제 담자데 마음바라 담자데 심지 담자 코알 자리 담자데 사족서비지 이들이 문은 담자라 되니 들이 삼세경이 패고 요래 소바 냅니네 소바 냅는데랑라라 소바 답리들이 패디요 말이 도담을 그리 셉대지 용 냠도 요래 오래 대에더니 다 동체 조직금 명이지 동체들이다 되질 맞을까 되질들이 세계에서 속차들 인강 요 말이 세배 되면 이게 문제 세계 말이 콜대 강화해서 인강 매와지 다디면은 저 바로 말이 맞을까 이제 당대 마스 들이 디제는 딱 버들이 인강 매배 돈다고 대바대 광람이 되로 차대 요래 세계를 대바리 줘서 그래서 상위 용디 본부다 아니라서 상위 용디 본부다 상위 용디 본부를 강리 딱 코비 잡고 같이 땡 삼나요 다도 집지 답지 산지지 공원을 우도요래 고트고요 데이터를 용디 단이 되라 아사사한테 사지 장미 바래지 사지 장미 받는들이 랑라들이 신들 당연히 사죠 강로 사지에서 사지를 리저로 양아들 바 장미 바들이 착탈로 다 된다고 그래 대다 탐지 메토드 착과미베 나도는 착과미베 베레 메토드 나고는 제나 메토드 나바를 좋아요 말이 대도지 세베
So then we have together with your retinues the ocean of three jewels, the three roots, by the power of the previous vows which you took out of great compassion for all wandering beings, please come here without delay. So all this means So it says the ocean of three jewels and the three roots. So the three jewels and three roots, that means the three roots means it is from the tantric perspective. Okay, so the three roots are the Lama, deity, and Dakini. And then so these are called the three roots. And as the result of practicing them, what we attain are the three kayas, or the three bodies, the Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, Nirmanakaya. And then it says, to the power of previous vows which you took out of great compassion and so forth. So we are inviting the Guru by invoking the Guru's power of previous powers. So the Guru has vows from previous lives, from all the lifetimes before, to liberate all sentient beings from samsara. So therefore, if we are able to supplicate in the right way, the Guru can be invited, can appear wherever we supplicate. That is, relatively speaking, in terms of the ultimate truth, or ultimately, there is no real distance between the Guru and us, because all of us possess Buddha nature, and that nature is identical to the nature of the Guru. So therefore, in reality, there has never been a separation. The idea of separation is our delusion. So therefore, if we know how to supplicate, then the Guru can be invited anytime. And then it says, please be seated with joyful expression up on this lion throne with lotus and moon. So the lion throne. So it's an analogy. Okay, the lion throne symbolizes victory over the four maras. Okay, so the lion is an animal that is fearless. Okay, so this fearlessness is symbolized by the throne, and that is that means the Guru is somebody who has conquered the four maras. Okay, so in general, all fears are manifestations of our fixation on the self. When our fixation on the self disappears, the fear also disappears. So therefore, we visualize the Guru or the Lama sitting on this throne together with countless Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. And to the Lama who is sitting in this manner, we bow down to prostrate. Okay, and then also there is this lion throne with lotus. The lotus is a symbol of non-attachment or free from attachment. The lotus grow in the mud, but does not get stained by the mud. Okay, so likewise, the Guru can manifest in samsara, which is like the mud, and remain unaffected by the defects of samsara, like a lotus in the mud.
이도 좀 초들다 약체들 신의 이도와 함께 고초스는 벌지 이 가리 싫은 벌거를 고초스는 펀나 대다고 생각하기를 요거 요래 뭐란 거 요거 요래 동원애들 랑게들이 초가 쪼가 거리들이 초가 쪼가 거리들이 대화를 차 동해를 당하들이 이 도차당 선님 이볼 주반벌이 일어나지 별로 메도지거든 메도지보다 하고서 말이 고쳐주는 걸 상고 송을 라가를 돌아 메도 잘 이동 못하기 어디 비지고도 고쳐주는 걸 상. 이 동다 가리 라도리 나 되고서 나들 박차 요르데 이 박차들이 착받으시면 되거든 고쳐주는 벌떡이들이다 팔루스당에서 요르면 새는 박차 요건 말이 박차 비조이 제대들이 노차다 쓰는 뭐 주반벌이나 저 담이는 데다가 이제 감나가 되더니 고쳐주는 벌상 에티레.
Okay, so then in the text we have, I offer ocean of realms all filled with water for drinking and so on. So so then in this regard, there are Buddha fields of the Sambhogakaya, Buddha fields of the Nirmanakaya, and this whole world, in all these Buddha lands or Buddha fields and in the world, there are countless objects, okay? And in this practice, we imagine ourselves picking the best offerings from all these worlds and offering them to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. We want to offer the best of the objects in this whole world. Okay? So, the reason or the purpose for making this offering is to eliminate our sense of attachment, okay, to the six sense objects. For the six sense objects, we have craving, and for our possessions, we have stinginess. We are miserly, okay, and that has to be eliminated. That has to be conquered, and we need an antidote for that. Okay, so that antidote is to offer everything to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. For example, when you go for a walk, if you come across a beautiful flower, okay, so the first instinct is, wow, this flower is so beautiful, I want to have it. So when you want to possess it, that creates some kind of tendency or habitual pattern in the mind. And that is attachment. That creates stinginess, miserliness. Okay. Instead of doing that, if you think this flower is so beautiful, okay, and mentally you think, I offer this to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. If you do that, then that intention becomes an antidote to the earlier habitual pattern, which is strengthening the sense of fixation on self. So therefore, making offering in such a scale, in this manner, is to remedy our sense of attachment, sense of stinginess.
근데 교반 납두인데 엄마디 자가기 로서 대차서로 대 누군가 집발이 되잖아요. 당고 알감대도 차와더니 랍상더니 조금 동요래 뒤지는 차와더니 깡바천한 처럼 뭐다 아감 받은지 이 매도 청하고 온 거요래 제 매도 청하고 들이들이 다 드림이 바르게요. 다 갈아서 사칸까지 드림이 바르 로요 말이 드림이 바르지 그렇게 이들이 그 저거 쳤어도 좀 많이 보자고요. 좀 자고요. 들이 갈아서 내외대 들이 갈아서 그 다니도 그요래. 장학을 sorti 이제 자는 들이 되는 게 지자리지 로수 때에 되는 게 속상제 다들 먹고요. 저거 사자 빼고 제들이 되게 저거요래. 일하고 소문을 주걸 한번 당해 봐. 제 강원은 이들이랑 로요사 이쪽요래. 들때는 난 상벽이
Okay, so then we have the mantra Guru Buddha Ratna Sapariva Argam and so on, Argam Padim, etc. So there are these these 8 offerings, right? So this is Indian tradition. Okay. So in India, in ancient India, when they invited an important guest, okay, then because India is a very hot place, they first offer some water to drink. So that is the argam. This is drinking water. And then after that, the host, usually when they invite like a guru, or an important person, then they wash the foot, because the guest has walked from somewhere, right? So they wash the guest's feet both, right? So that is the padyam. And then they offer a garland of flowers. That is the pushpam, the flower, offering of flower. And then they offer perfume, which is incense, is dhupam. Then alokam, is the lamp. For example, nowadays when we go in a restaurant, they put some lamp on the table, to make the dinner or food what you eat more more romantic. All right. Okay. Then likewise in the ancient time they didn't have light. Okay, so they used lamp in India, and then they offer the food. Okay, so which is perfume. Niveting is food. And then after that, after the food, traditionally they give a dance performance. They invite some performer to show a dance. So that is the Shabda. So this system of 8 offerings is connected with this ancient tradition in India. Even nowadays they do this. Rinpoche didn't say, but I'm saying even nowadays they do this. So basically, when we make these offerings, we need to visualize, the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions. And imagine ourselves making these offerings to them. Okay? And we can also do this offering as we read in the prayer from the Golden Temple, by visualizing this offering goddesses, the goddess of Argam, the goddess of Padyam, and so on. There are different goddesses for different offerings. So we can visualize countless offering goddesses, and through our visualization, we can offer this to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions. So today we stop here.
더 탁체라데 돈다지 요래 조바 버게데 오데 전투인 것은 조바다다 버 전투인 것은 지랍만 볼라더니 내용가 매바 터져도 양 라동을 가려 치는 박차만 제가 마에서 안진고기 내에서 상하이는 칼라살을 생각 오게 칼라살을 좋고는 선범 참고 뒤체 사고요지 내사고 살지도 까도요래 만지도 고거래 만지데 통야를 때 박차도고요 그 박차도고는 이제 만지 라동은 안진고고요래 이동을 좀 들으면서 toya yore kichi boyore.
So when we practice in this way by making offerings, then we can accomplish different results. Okay, in the short term and in the long run. So by making offerings like this, we can get access to the 5 sense objects. We can in our lifetimes, in all our lives, we can have enough to eat, enough to drink, and so on. The sense objects. Yeah. So in the long run, through this kind of practice, we can eliminate fixation on the self. That is the purpose of offering. It is to destroy our clinging, okay, to the sense objects. In the tantric teachings, it is said that when we eat food, for example, we should imagine that within our body there are millions of beings, and the food should be eaten in the form of sustenance for those beings inside. That should be the attitude when you eat food as a tantric practitioner. You're giving food to all these living beings inside you. So the purpose of doing eating like that is to conquer our ego or fixation on I, me. This is very strong. So therefore, making offerings like this is to destroy our fixation on the self.
Sancho Sancho Rinpoche Maji Bana Ji Yurde Ji Banya Bame Maya Ole Wonga Ewa
this virtue. Whereas not yet existed, where it has